The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone. How are you guys doing this fine evening? I've been looking forward to giving this presentation for a while now, about a week or so. Stuart and I have been talking about this, and I've got a lot of really great information to share with you. But before we jump into that, I want to make sure everybody can hear me. I'm coming through loud and clear. You can see my screen, because obviously, that's the most important part of the presentation. So let me know, just chime in, type into the chat there if you can hear me, if I'm coming through okay, if the sound needs to be adjusted. Let me know that there are people out there alive. All right, awesome. We've got lots of comments coming in. Yes, yep, sounds good, loud and clear. All good, Adam. Fantastic. All right, well, tonight's call is going to be about 60 minutes long or so. And we're going to be covering a business model that I've been using and I've been teaching. I've taught about 4,000 people how to do this now. Over the past 3 years, and it is by far the easiest, most simple online business to set up, and it's also incredibly stable, very reliable, and I'm going to show you how to do all that and set everything up, and we'll get all that done on the call today. So this is really more of a workshop than anything. There's a lot of webinars I'm sure that you guys have been to where it's just, you get dumped on a whole bunch of information. The stuff that we're going to be talking about today is very simple, but if you take it and you apply it, thousands of people have taken this information and just with what you're going to learn on the call tonight, have used it to build very successful online companies. Let me just go turn off the notifications here. All right. And so for those of you that haven't been on my presentations before, the way that I normally work these, to give you guys a better experience, to give you guys a better presentation, I go full screen. Now, when I go full screen, unfortunately, I can't see your comments or your questions come in. So what I do is I take breaks partway through the presentations to make sure that I'm answering any questions or concerns that you might have. And also to let you know that we're going to be doing a Q&A at the end of the call, so stay around until the end of the call. If you do have any questions that by chance I might have missed or weren't answered in the presentation, let me know. The whole point of this presentation is to get as much information from my head into your head so you can take action on it as possible. And we've had a few people asking if this will be available for replay. If everything goes according to plan, yes. Now, I seem to have tech demons invading my computer every now and again. And because of that, recordings don't always work. So if everything goes according to plan, yes, there will be a recording. At the very worst case scenario, I will send out a similar presentation of this that's got the same type of information in it. But hopefully everything will be okay. The recording will go through and, we'll have a great little workshop for you guys. All right. So, no, this is Bob's asking, is this live or is this pre-recorded? No, it's definitely live. Here, I'll just move this over here. Yeah, sweet. This is a live call. It's a very interactive workshop. I'm going to be taking breaks so you can ask me questions. Like I said, the whole point of this workshop is to get as much information out of my head into your head as possible because I know how incredibly phenomenal this business is. There's just so many people have already gone through this that it's at this point it's basically broken down into a science, and that's what I'm going to share with you. All right, so no time like the present. I'm going to go ahead and minimize. Dustin's saying, I'm occasionally getting static sound for several seconds and then it comes back. My recommendation would be to log off and log back on again. There's still some spots left. We haven't filled up completely, so you don't need to worry about that. But usually that fixes the audio issues. Okay, same static. You guys are having some static issues. All right. Let me see here. Well, let me go and adjust a few settings here, and hopefully it'll clear up. If everyone is saying that I'm having static issues, am I on wireless? You guys are having a little bit of static here. I'm cutting in and out occasionally. All right. Well, let me try a different microphone. I am on wireless, but I have a very good connection. So hopefully that won't be the issue. So let me just plug in a different headset here. Hopefully you guys will hear me. There we go. Is that any better? Can you hear me? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Perhaps not, because nobody's commenting. Oh yeah, okay, much better. Let's see. A little more like Darth Vader. All right. Sounds better. Yes. All right. Fantastic. So I was using a different. I plugged in a headset as opposed to my microphone. So I'm glad that sounds a little bit better. Alrighty. Well then, I'm gonna go ahead and minimize the screen here. Minimize the comments section. So I'm glad that you guys told me that you couldn't hear the audio. Otherwise, this whole presentation would have been garbled. Okay. So let me go full screen here. Yes, this is being recorded. We are good to go. And today's workshop is the Cash for Life workshop. It's how to build a part-time business, quit your job, and live the 4-hour work week in 45 to 60 days or so. And this is a special presentation. I've made a few modifications to this for the people from nichehacks.com. I've known Stuart for a while now, and we've worked together for a bit. So I wanted to put together this special presentation just for you guys because I know the stuff that he shares in your group, and I know how much this will apply to pretty much all the stuff that he's sharing with you. So who is this workshop for? This workshop is for anyone who wants to build an online business but doesn't know where to start. You might have heard about this online marketing stuff or making money online, affiliate marketing, all that. There's a lot of complicated stuff if you've never heard of this business before, this online internet marketing stuff, and you're just getting started. If you don't know where to get started, this is a really great call for you. This is for anyone who's currently running an online business, but maybe you're not profitable yet, or maybe you haven't gotten the results that you wanted to. It's for anyone who's tired of dealing with unreliable income or part-time jobs. Coming from I used to have a straight commission background, and living paycheck to paycheck like that is very, very stressful. So if you're in a situation right now where you have an unreliable income, this is the perfect online business for you. And it's really for anyone who wants to add on to their existing income without having to leave your 9-to-5 job. If you don't want to leave your job, that's okay. You can do all of this in the part-time. It doesn't take, you could do all of this part-time. There we go. I'm tripping over what I'm saying. You don't need to leave your job. It'll take you about 2 hours a week or so. And it's very, very short to teach as well. It'll take us about 60 minutes or so to go through everything on the call, and then we've got about 30 minutes of Q&A. So in the next 60 minutes, we're going to do an in-depth look at a very automated personal business. Over 4,000 people have used this now to make money, leave their jobs, to pad their income a little bit. And what I mean by personal business is that you're not going to become the next Rockefeller with this. You're not going to become, phenomenally wealthy. You're not going to become a millionaire with this. However, it's going to give you enough income to leave your job, to have a little bit of income security, to not be stressed about bills all the time. So this isn't going to make you rich, but it's going to take the pressure off. We're going to talk about why most money online systems are very, very difficult to run. We're going to talk about why they have an incredibly high failure rate, and why if you've tried something already, it's more than likely not your fault. It comes down to the design of the business itself, which is why some of these businesses are very easy to run. Some of them are really, really difficult. I'll share with you how I stumbled into this $1 million discovery, and I'll peel back the covers on my business, show you exactly how it works step by step, and I'll give you instructions on how to do this yourself. So we're going to walk through the entire process, the overview, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. And then answer any questions that you have. So there is nothing for sale on the call today. If you stay until the end, I will give you the opportunity to apply to work with me, but you can't actually purchase anything on the call. So everything that we're going to be talking about today, the whole point of today's call is to get as much information, like I've said, from my head and to your head, as clearly, as concisely as possible, so that you know what you need to do next. So if you stay until the end, I'm going to give you a recording of this presentation. I'll give you a copy of the slides. These are high definition slides so that you can print them out. They're very high quality. Niche selection PDF, that's a printout that I'm going to give you that will help you pick a very profitable market that's easy to work in. A setup checklist so that you don't miss anything going through this. So basically you take the presentation, you watch it with the setup checklist, and then you build your business going forward from here. And you're going to leave with enough knowledge to set up a part-time business with just what's on this call, and it'll make anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 per month. So before we get into all that, it's really important to understand the psychology of why most online businesses, most make money online systems fail. They're all flawed from the get-go. And the real problem is the lack of predictable external income. So what I mean is you've got your 9-to-5 job. You make $2,000 a month or $3,000 or whatever it might be. You know you're going to get paid that this month, and you know you're going to get paid that next month and the month after that, hopefully, right, if you've got a stable income. But the problem is most make money online systems and most businesses will tell you to go out and create a product and sell that product once, or sell that product. And that product, you'll go and you'll put marketing effort into it, and you'll put energy and time and money, and that product, you'll sell one copy of that product. Now, the problem with that is that there is absolutely no guarantee that you're going to sell that product next month. And you might need to do that in order to hit rent. And if you're receiving a monthly paycheck from your job, from your boss, every single month, and you're going to get that, then why would you leave your 9-to-5 job to work on something that doesn't have enough income stability that you can trust it for anything more than 30 days ahead of you? If you can't predict what your income is going to be 3 months from now, it's not stable enough. So most of these businesses, when you go and you sell something online, that's it. You make that money once, and there's no guarantee you're going to be able to do that again. Very, very, very few online business models are reliable enough to give you the confidence to leave your job. And if you don't have the confidence to leave your job, you're not going to put 110% into your business because you don't trust it. You can't trust that this is going to be able to replace your income eventually. And if you can't leave your job, you can't grow your business. So what happens is you decide it doesn't work, whatever it is that you're trying right now, whether that be, it could be affiliate marketing, it could be CPA marketing, it could be, selling t-shirts is something that's been really popular lately. You decide it doesn't work, whatever these things are, and then you go and you buy something else, a new training course, a new product, and the cycle repeats itself. You end up feeling trapped. You continue to spend money, and you get really jaded and distrusting and frustrated. And it's a very negative downward spiral. And after being in this business for a long enough time, about 6 years or so now, I've seen it happen to hundreds and hundreds of people, and it's very unfortunate, and it can be avoided with a little bit of planning. And that's what we're doing tonight. So if you had reliable income outside of your 9-to-5 job, this is what your life would be like. Financial pressure would be taken away, right? Sigh of relief. Your bills get paid, money gets put into savings, you suddenly have options that you didn't have before. And then because you have these options, you have a little bit of leverage. With your reliable income, you can now invest back into your business, buy a little bit of advertising, maybe improve on your copywriting, that kind of thing, hire a designer. So your business grows. And eventually, this little part-time business that you're working on an hour or two every week slowly grows and it surpasses your regular income, and you leave your job. So you get total time freedom and you get total money freedom from this. That's if you had a reliable income source. Now, a little bit about me. I was a financial advisor back in 2008 during the stock market crash, and being a financial advisor back then wasn't really all that great of a job to have. We weren't very popular people. So I had to find a way, especially after the crash, to build my business back up. So I bought every single book on marketing, on sales, on psychology that I could get my hands on. And I holed myself up in my apartment for about a month and a half and read dozens and dozens and dozens of books on marketing. And I got really, really good at this. And I brought my business back up to where it was before the crash. And people started wondering, how are you doing this? So I started helping other businesses. And I found out that it's a lot easier to release courses and books and have people go through that. So I started releasing courses that have now been downloaded over 250,000 times. I've had over 25,000 people attend presentations just like this one. And I specialize in business automation and growth hacking, which is just kind of fancy industry lingo for high leverage marketing strategies. So you hear about those companies that go from 0 users to 10,000 users overnight. That's the type of stuff that I specialize in. Now, most importantly, I'm just a business guy who got really frustrated with all of these unreliable income sources out there. And I spent years working to find a solution that fit my perfect 4-hour work week description. So here's this evolution that I went through to get there. So 2008, stock market crash. I was a financial advisor. My income was very, very unreliable. It was commission-based. So it was basically I was living right on the edge. So if you're on a commission-based commissioned remuneration right now, if you're getting paid by the number of sales that you can bring in, this will appeal directly to you. So 2009, I became a marketing consultant. I spent most of my time chasing clients who owed me money. Now, I loved doing what I was doing, but it was inconsistent, it was unreliable, and most of it was administrative stuff. So if you're in the services business, I'm sure you can relate to that. So 2010, 2011, I discovered product launches. Oh, these are great, they're fantastic. That's what everybody thinks. They're very, very much glorified. What you don't hear about is the 4, 5, 6 months leading up to the product launch, where you've got the terror in the pit of your stomach, just hoping that this thing is going to take off, that everything is going to go properly, because you're basically putting all your eggs in one basket. And if things don't go well, if it flops, you can literally have spent 4 months on something and not make a dime. So they're very, very unreliable. Yes, you can make lots of money with them, but you got to be very, very good at what you're doing, and you got to put a ton of work into it, months and months of work. So it's just long hours, very, very high risk. So 2012, I was getting burnt out. I needed to find another solution. It was just getting exhausting. I couldn't keep it up. So here's my great discovery. The end of 2012, like I said, I was really stressed. I was coming down from 2 product launches I'd done back to back. I hadn't checked my bills in a while. It was a mess. So I decided I'll be financially responsible. I'm going to go in and check my PayPal and see what's going on in there, make sure that I have more money coming in than going out, right? All that stuff. And what I saw in there floored me. It was my own fault too, but what I saw in there caused me to pretty much fall off my chair. I had over $500 in tiny recurring charges every single month. We're talking about $10 for software, or a new subscription that I signed up to, or what was one of them? Some scraping software. Another one was a landing page builder. So just all these little trial subscriptions and things that I purchased over the past few months that I hadn't realized had added up to over $500 coming out of my bank account every single month. And I sat there feeling really frustrated at myself because I just kept telling myself I was too busy to cancel them. Too busy, too busy. I was running my company, too busy to go and stop $500 from coming out of my PayPal account every single month. And then the realization hit me. I remember feeling, it's like a frying pan in the face kind of feeling, like holy crap. Netflix, nextissue.ca, Spotify, magazine subscriptions, ringtone subscriptions, they all follow the exact same business model, and they're all incredibly successful. So here I was, slaving away, working, 16, 18-hour days, running my business, when these people, the people I was paying, all this monthly money to, were just sitting back, relaxing, receiving hundreds of subscription payments from people like me every single month that were just too busy to cancel. And I did a little bit more research about this, and it turns out that about a third of the people that have credit cards are in this situation right now. So think about it for a moment right now. Do you have a subscription on a credit card or something, a subscription that you're paying for right now that you're not using every single month or every single day? Heck, I don't use Netflix every day, but when I want to use it, it's there and it's fantastic. Same thing with Spotify, same thing with NextIssue. So this business model has been proven for years and years and years and years. So I decided to do, after having this realization, I wanted to do an evil genius experiment. I thought, all right, well, this is working for the Netflix people, this is working for the Spotify people, I want to get in on this too. So I built my own short, very low price subscription product. It was a newsletter, and I think it was like 3 pages long. And I made a very short, very ugly PowerPoint video with just black text on a white background, telling them what it was, saying, hey, you can get this super valuable information and it's only $5 a month. And then I showed this page to people who I thought would be interested in signing up. And I got hundreds of subscriptions right away. The result was pretty phenomenal. So this is back in 2013, but you could see the growth chart month after month. It just keeps bouncing up and up and up. And the reason why is because people didn't cancel. Only 15% attrition rate over 8 months. What that means is that if I had 100 people sign up, after 8 months, only 15 people drop off. To put that into perspective, most businesses that are recurring lose about 30% of their people every single month. This thing was a winner. Holy cow. And the reason why is because of the high value of the content, the really great information that I was sharing, and the convenience that causes customers to say subscribe. They forgot about the payments because they don't focus on the small stuff, and it slips through the cracks. It doesn't trigger that pain mechanism. The $5 payment isn't big enough for them to worry about. When you think of your bills at the end of the month, what do you focus on? Focus on rent, you focus on your car payment, you focus on your cell phone bill, you focus on the TV bill, the internet bill, maybe daycare, all these really big expenses, and the $5 payment slips through the cracks because it's literally less expensive than going out every morning and getting a cup of coffee and a donut on the way to work. And because this model works so well, and because I figured this out, I started sharing this with a bunch of people, and well, they had a little bit of success as well. So you could see Brandon here got his first sale not too long ago. We had Linda who had her first sale for her newsletter come in. Caleb did it as well. He said, I got it. I got my first paying subscriber. This is my very first sale for my newsletter, and I have Adam to thanks for this. Donna said, I sold my first 3 annual subscriptions. Ricardo Oh, I've got a great story about Ricardo to share with you guys in a moment. Ricardo's newsletter is up to $10,000 per month now. DJ Richards is getting opt-ins like crazy. Alan's still getting sales. Merrill's getting sales. So you can see that these newsletters actually sell, and they sell very, very well. So here's Ricardo. Ricardo purchased this system, learned about this business a few years ago, and he started using this in November 2013. And this is the message I got from him in December 2013. A month after that, he had 300 plus subscribers. So you see the message I got on the right-hand side. I hit my 100 subscribers, €7 per month each. Nobody has canceled for 3 months. This passive print thing is brilliant. You really should make an advanced course about it. And then right after that, so that's €7 is about $10 per month. Within a few months, he was making $1,000 a month. And then a month after that, he had over 300 subscribers. Now he's at over $10,000 per month. His newsletter isn't even in English, and he followed this exact formula that I'm going to share with you on the call tonight. And this is just a quick screenshot he sent me. Here as well, just to show you that these, there we go. Just to show you that these, once people sign up, they really don't cancel. This was a test that I did last summer. 2 weeks in August, $632 in payments coming in. 2 weeks in October, $667. The numbers only go in one direction because people don't cancel, and you get paid every single month. So here's the overview of how this system works. You give an incredible offer plus convenient delivery, and you ask for recurring payments. So the incredible offer has to have real world benefits. It has to be something that's going to dramatically impact their life and change their life for the better. Whether that be removing a pain or a frustration or enhancing a passion, it has to provide real world value. You deliver it to them in a very convenient, ongoing, simple way. I like sending out PDFs. I create my newsletters with PDFs and I send them out via email. And then you automatically collect payments every single month. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what am I going to do with this incredible offer? I don't know what to sell. I don't have any experience. That's okay. You don't have to have any experience at all to get this to work. Which is why we've got people doing this pretty much from age 18 all the way up to 85 or 86 right now. So this incredible offer, here's what you do for your incredible offer. You create a simple newsletter based around a problem or a passion. It has to provide real world value, and it has to solve a big, ongoing, evergreen issue. So that means that this is a problem that's going to be the same today as it was last year, as it will be next year. So it could be how to deal with stress, how to be a new parent. I've got a newsletter around marketing, and I've got a newsletter around being a new parent. These are subjects that do not change over time. These are subjects that are going to be just as applicable in the middle of the winter as they are in the summer. So you need to find a subject that's going to be applicable and will be able to help your subscribers no matter where they are in the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're not helping solve someone's problem, you need to make a passion of theirs more fun and exciting. So if you wanted to have a boating newsletter, you could do that. You could teach somebody about boating or about wilderness survival, about frisbee, about train collecting, about anything you want. We had people doing yoga newsletters, fitness newsletters, weight loss, relationships, marriage, parenting, you name it, it's been done. The more extreme the emotion, however, the higher the sale. So the bigger the problem you're solving, the more likely someone is to sign up. The more you are able to help enhance someone's passion and get them really excited and get them to enjoy what they're doing more, the more they are willing to sign up. So here's some newsletter topic examples that we can go over just really quick to give you an idea. And notice as well that a lot of these, especially under the passion category, are relatively expensive hobbies to be involved in. And that's a good thing because we want these people to have disposable income. Hunting, expensive. Fishing, expensive. Golf, sailing. The guy has to own a freaking boat. He can afford $5 or $10 a month, right? Woodworking equipment is expensive too, but these are all very passionate markets. Or same thing with problems. There are entire ranges of people, age ranges, demographics, interests that focus specifically around weight loss. So weight loss for women aged 40 to 50, weight loss for men after divorce, weight loss for men with young children. You name it, it works and it's been done. One of the other things that you'll notice as well is you'll see pets is under problems and passions. Your newsletter can help people with their pet in that, Fido is peeing on the carpet and you want to make sure that Fido stops peeing on the carpet. So that's a problem that you're helping them solve, but you're also helping them with their cute new little furry dog that they just brought home from the rescue shelter or whatever it might be. So it's a passion thing as well. Your newsletters don't have to be exclusively passion or problem. Just know that people are always more motivated to move away from a problem than they are to move towards a passion. So selling a problem-based newsletter is always going to be an easier sale than a passion-based newsletter. So the content, convenient delivery. Find your content online. It can be free or paid. You can create your content, you can share content. So if you're already an expert in your marketplace, this is a really great way to brand yourself and get yourself in front of your audience every single month and have them pay you for it. You can share content if you're not an expert. So what that means is you go out and you find somebody who is an expert, say, hey, do you mind if I put your content in my newsletter and reference your work? You can partner up with people that create content. So I have my basic parent newsletter. I am not a parent. I know nothing about parenting. However, I have a partner that I'm working with who's been a nurse for 40 years, dealing exclusively with newborns and infants. So it's the perfect person to partner up with for a new baby, new parent newsletter. You can partner up with people that way. And then your newsletter automatically gets sent out every single month as a PDF. And this PDF you can create in Microsoft Word, you can create in Apple Pages, you find the images online, you pay for the images, you pay for the images from Dollar Photo Club, and it takes less than an hour to get this set up. Then you start getting in the monthly payments. Now these monthly payments, this is really, really important. They have to be between $5 to $10 a month. And the reason why is because it's very, very easy to provide value for a $5 newsletter. You go and you find 5 tips, and as long as each tip is worth $1 or more to this person, then put it in the newsletter. You know, that could be saving them 10 minutes every day. If you save me 10 minutes every day, I'll gladly pay you $5 a month. And every single tip in the newsletter has to give a actionable content, something that's going to genuinely benefit them and improve their lives. And then what happens is people forget that they're spending the money because, like I said, coffee costs more than $5 a month now. If you're or $5 a month, geez, that'd be great, eh? Coffee for $5 a month? Coffee costs more than $5 every time you go to Starbucks, for crying out loud. So the pain threshold for these payments is very, very low. It's just $5. People don't mind. The value of the content is significantly more valuable to the subscriber than the $5. So they keep paying you every single month and they don't forget. And the end result is that people subscribe and they don't quit. You keep getting these tiny $5 to $10 payments from hundreds of people every single month. Your income goes up every month. Your workload stays the same. And because you have so many of these tiny different payments coming in, they don't all cancel at the same time, making this literally more reliable than a 9-to-5 job. So if you've got a boss right now that can come into your office or come into wherever you work and say, you know, that's it, I'm sorry, Bob, I'm sorry, Sue, you know, the company's just not doing as well as it used to, so unfortunately we're going to have to let you go. If you're in that situation right now, if someone can do that to you, this is a more reliable income source. You can predict your income easily 3 months out. Heck, you can predict your income 6 months out pretty accurately. And it gives you the freedom to leave your job, focus on your family, your friends, your business, and this leads to full financial and time freedom. So we're about halfway through right now, so I'm going to minimize my screen, pop open a little bit of Q&A here, and see how you guys are doing. So what do you guys think so far? Any questions? All right, let me see here. Great info so far, no questions. Do most people only send out 1 month? No, actually, most people send out, you know, they'll have a 12-month subscription or they'll have an ongoing subscription. So somebody will stay subscribed. You know, I've had people sign up and they've been subscribed for, I think I've got an example later on in this presentation, but it was over 2.5 years. I had somebody subscribe paying literally $1 every single day. And it's just because people don't cancel. As long as you continue to send people valuable content and valuable information, then you don't need to worry about whether they're going to cancel or not, because that low payment doesn't trip the pain trigger, that pain threshold. Bob's saying, so you have to continuously create content every month. You don't have to create the content. You can find the content, or you can buy the content. I've bought content online before for $5 that has given me enough information for 3 or 4 newsletters. So it's not difficult to come up with this content. It doesn't take long at all. Velen is asking, how much does it cost to start this newsletter? Well, you're going to need a way to send the newsletters out, and you're going to need a way to build the pages. So you're looking at around $30 or so, but if you wanted to bootstrap it, you could actually do it even cheaper than that. And people are asking, do I need a website for this? Absolutely not. When I first started teaching this business 3 years ago, yes, you actually did. But we've refined this so many times. It's been through half a dozen versions now that we've gotten it to the point where, no, you don't need a website. You need a couple of pages, and they take just a few minutes to make. But it is not complicated. This is the least complicated business to set up. Kenneth is asking, is it only one newsletter per month or per week? It is definitely per month. And I've had people ask me, well, why don't I do a newsletter once every week? And the reason why is because it's literally 4 times the amount of work. And I'd much rather have you spending your time going out there and introducing your newsletter to new people, getting it in front of potential partners that can promote it, rather than spending all your time creating content. Kate's saying, do I have an example of a newsletter? Yes, actually I do. I'll be giving you guys examples later on. One of my marketing newsletter and then one of my girlfriend's health newsletter. Yuri's saying, how do you charge customers? There's a few different ways. You can use PayPal, you can use Stripe. I prefer a tool called Gumroad, which takes just about 5 minutes to set up. It's the preferred method that we use at this program. But the whole technical setup, there's literally a step-by-step video that you follow along with. It takes about 30 minutes to do. Holy cow. I wish you guys could see the questions coming in here. My screen is being flooded. So I'm going to answer 2-3 more, and then I'm going to hop back into the presentation. And that way, because I said it's going to take an hour. I want to be punctual. And then we'll spend as much time as we need to afterwards to go over any additional Q&A. So let me answer a few more questions here. Bob says, this is brilliant. Totally makes sense. I had the exact same aha moment. Like, holy cow, why are we out there complicating things? People try and make things way more difficult than they actually need to be. This newsletter type business has been around since the dawn of time. Ever since people have read, ever since the Gutenberg press, right? For the Gutenberg Bible, I'm a big history geek. Anyway, ever since the very first printing press was created, people have had newsletters and have read newsletters. What we're doing is just updating this and making it online, so it's much faster and easier to do. So that's what I was saying when I was sending the email out earlier, and what Stuart was saying. This is a real business. It just happens to be online. So this isn't a flash in the pan internet marketing thing. People actually purchase these businesses from people. So if your newsletter is making $1,000 a month, then you can go and sell that business for between $25,000 and $35,000. These are real businesses. Okay, so a couple more questions and then we'll hop back in here. Jay's saying, why would anyone pay for this information? That's probably the number one question I get. The reason is convenience. The same reason people go out there and purchase books or guides or tip books on how to do anything. Yes, you have the ability to go and find this information for free online. However, not everybody has the time, the interest, or the ability to do that, or knows where to get trustworthy information. So you become a shining beacon of light in all the confusion that's out there, and you give them the information straightforward. You don't basically get the information to them as cleanly and as fast as possible. So they're paying for a convenience. Okay, let's see here. Enrique says, don't you need landing pages to capture subscribers or other methods? Yes, we do, actually. And that's a pretty good segue into the next section here. Jeffrey is saying, can you reuse the same content like an autoresponder? Absolutely. And I'm a big fan of doing that. You split off parts of your newsletter and you use it as promotional material to get more people to sign up. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and close down the questions here, minimize all this, and we will hop back into the full presentation. And if the audio isn't coming through, if it is a little bit garbled for you guys, I will be sending out a replay. It is recording properly. Hopefully it'll continue to. Knock on wood. And you guys will be able to pick it up from that as well. But if you do have any questions, I'll be around at the end. I'll be able to help you out with any of this stuff. I'm not leaving till all your questions are answered. So now we get into the technical part, the setup. So we need a free gift. Why? We need a free gift because it's a lower barrier to entry than a sale. This is an opt-in gift. So what we're doing is we're creating something or finding something that we can give away for free to entice somebody to give us their name and their email address. The reason being is it's a lot easier to follow up with somebody on an email address, on an email list, than it is to keep buying advertising or keep going out there to try and recruit new partners. If you try and send somebody to a sales page, excuse me, guys, I'm losing my voice here. 1 second. If you send somebody to a sales page, about 97% of the people that land on that page are going to leave and you will never see them again. And if you're paying $1 every time somebody is doing that, that means that for every 100 people that are going to the page, you spent $100 and 97 of those dollars have been thrown out because you're never going to see them again. So what we do is we send people to a page to capture their name and their email address first. And on average, you're going to get between 25 and 30% of the people landing on that page entering their name and their email address. Now, this free gift can be a private label rights gift. It can be something that you find online that you have the right to give away. It can be something that you create yourself. It doesn't really matter as long as it's something that's incredibly valuable to the person that's subscribing. And your opt-in gift and your newsletter don't need to be related. A perfect example of this is I have a marketing newsletter. My newsletter teaches people how to improve their advertising, how to improve their copy, all of that stuff, the stuff that I love talking about. Now, I had a promotion going on where I was giving away a set of ads that had converted very, very well for me. So the opt-in was people land on the page. It says enter your name and email address to get these 500 ads that are proven to be converters, that convert really well. People enter their name and their email address. They get redirected towards a page that says, hey, if you need advertising, then you probably want to improve your ads as well. Here's my newsletter. Here's how it's going to help you. So the thing that I was giving away and the thing that I was selling weren't directly related, but they were of interest to the same person. So keep this really, really simple. Give people what they want, solve a problem. And as far as building these pages, you can use leadpages.net. You can use Instapages, which is what I prefer lately. And they're really, really simple pages. So what you do, this is a breakdown of my page here, one of my pages for my parenting newsletter. The first thing they do is you call attention to who this is for. 91% of new mothers. So that's the very first thing in the headline. And then after that, you tell them what it's about. Don't know what to do if their baby starts to choke, do you? So your headline, your piece of copy on your page has to be so gripping, so visceral, that if the house was burning down around these people, they would still stay on the page and enter their name and their email address. So I'm advertising to people that have a brand new baby. They've got their adorable little bundle of joy that they brought home. Nothing could make them happier in the world than this cute little thing that they love, right? So the thought of not knowing what to do if your baby chokes is literally the worst, most terrifying thought a parent could possibly have after they brought their baby home. This is the type of thing where if the house was burning down around you, you would still enter your name and your email address, which is why something like 40% of the people that land on this page opt in. Don't leave this up to chance. Download your free full-color printout, First Aid for Infant Choking. Click here to download. So what happens then, after they click the click here to download button, another little window opens up and it says step 1, enter your name, enter your email address, and then show me where to send your download. And then that gets sent to them, and then they automatically get redirected from this page over to my sales page. Now the sales page, really, really simple, plain page created with Instapages or Leadpages. It literally takes less than 5 minutes. It's a short 3 to 5 minute PowerPoint presentation. You put text on it. It's black text on a white background. Like, this is literally as basic as you can get. So you open up the template and you paste your text in. And then you get a voiceover done from Fiverr.com for $5. And these are professional radio voiceover artists. So like, these are people that have done this their entire life. So you'll get professional announcers for your videos. It's really cool. Plain text on a white background is best. You save the video to YouTube, so it doesn't cost you anything to put the video anywhere. And then the script goes something like this. You just did X. So you downloaded this report. You got this thing for free. You entered your name and email address. And the reason why you do that is because you want to validate, you want to tell them that they're in the right place. So they don't think that they were, swept away to another website. So just confirm that, yes, you actually did this. You're in the right place. Don't worry. And then you say, if you're like most people that are fanatical about whatever it is that they're fanatical about, or if you're suffering from this problem, then you're going to have problems with this as well, or you're going to be interested in this as well. And of course, the things that they're going to be interested in are the things that you're talking about in your newsletter. And then you introduce your newsletter, and you say, the blank newsletter is, and then you have a big, huge, crazy benefit. This is the big hook. This is, if you had to pick one amazing thing that your newsletter taught, the most shocking, most impressive thing that you could put together, that's what you put right there. Because this is the hook. This is going to be what grabs them and keeps them there and keeps them wanting to learn more. So then you start talking about your benefits. You talk about your features. You talk about the guarantee. You talk about price and scarcity. Give them a reason to buy now. Always, always, always give people a reason to buy now. Whether that's a discount, a $1 trial, and then it goes to $5 a month, or a bonus. Maybe if they sign up today, they get this extra guide for free, or maybe, I said a $1 trial earlier, but for a discount, what it would be is some people go and they'll create a 12-month subscription and half off for a year subscription, and then ask for the sale. Always ask for the sale. You can literally read the words off the presentation slides or hire the voiceover from Fiverr.com. A lot of people are concerned about that, but it's so simple to do. You just post, or you even contact people. Just send them a message, say, hey, can you read this for me? And then pay them $5. And put it up on YouTube. This is what it looks like. So like, this isn't some big fancy design house page. This isn't an ugly YouTube video. And then your newsletter, just 3 to 5 pieces of content every month. You create the content in Microsoft Word or Pages, if you're an Apple fan like myself. You save it as a PDF, and or you save it as even a Word document, and you can contact someone on Fiverr and say, hey, can you design this for me, make it look pretty? And they'll make it look pretty and add the images and then hand you back a finished product that looks like $1 million. So then customers buy this, they automatically get sent the issue. The content can be created, bought, borrowed, or partnered, but this is really, really important. I keep drilling this home. It must provide real world value. Always, always, always give action steps. So the difference between information and valuable content lies in action. So if you were to just write up an article that talked about all the benefits of not eating salt to lower your blood pressure, and you just left it at that, 95% of the people reading that article are going to put that article down and then go back to, their chips, their salty chips. If you want your information to be valuable, tell people what to do next. So then what you would do is you put together a list of all the salty foods that most people have in their house, tell them to round it up, put it in a garbage bag, and drag it out to the curb. That makes your information valuable. That's the type of thing that changes people's lives. So always give action steps. Now, somebody was asking earlier about examples. Here are 2 examples, and one of them is an example of what to do, and one of them is an example of what not to do. And I shouldn't say that. One of them is an example of way too much work, and that's just because I'm nitpicky about this stuff. The newsletter on the left is mine, my Marketing Hacks newsletter, and I had to pay over $1,000 to find a designer to go through the interview process to hire him. And well, he's my staff designer now, but he's cost me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and you don't need to do that. You don't need to go hire a professional designer to do this. You can do this literally with Microsoft Word or Pages. Perfect example of that is on the right. This is my girlfriend's newsletter, and it's called the Bare Naked Health. And she created her newsletter in Apple Pages. She didn't even hire a designer. She did this all herself. They both look really, really good. One of them cost me several $1,000s. The other one was free to do. One of them I had to pay for a server, get a website set up, install membership scripts. The other one was saved as a PDF. Always, always, always look for the path of least resistance. You guys have enough work on your plate already. Do the easiest thing. Go the PDF route. So now you need to talk about you need to get people to your page, obviously, right? Now you've got your newsletter set up, you've got your business created, you've got your opt-in there. People are ready to be redirected and purchase your newsletter and get that first issue. So you need to get your newsletter out there and get people buying it. How do you do that? My favorite way is to do it with paid traffic. Facebook is the best. I'm starting to play with Bing advertising. The nice thing about Bing advertising is that you don't need any images. It's all text, so it's really fast. The other thing that you could do is social media traffic. Here's one thing. There's a question that I get asked all the time. I get people telling me, Adam, I'm starting up a blog and I want to do this business. I want to, start making money online with my newsletter. And people have this idea that creating a blog is a great, great, great source of traffic. But the reality is, and I'm sure Stuart can attest to this, creating and running a great blog like nichehacks.com is a very difficult time and labor-intensive process. I mean, Stuart's got, I don't know about thousands, but hundreds of articles on there, great bits of information, tips, media, and it's taken him a long time to put all that together. So here's a tip for you. Instead of going out and spending all your time and energy and effort on creating a blog, Go find people that have blogs in your market and make friends with them, chat with them, help them out, feature their stuff in your newsletter. Instead of going creating your own traffic streams, step in front of traffic streams that already exist. Partner up with blog owners. Go and talk to guest authors and people that are podcast owners. Get reciprocal promotions. Hustling and creativity, because this is a real business. I've had people who run yoga newsletters and fitness newsletters go out to yoga studios in their hometown. They've gone out to gyms and posted sign-up sheets at the gym for their fitness newsletter. And because this is a newsletter, this isn't some airy-fairy pie-in-the-sky internet marketing thing. People actually get it. When you talk to another business owner and say, yeah, I run a marketing newsletter, I run a fitness newsletter, I run a yoga newsletter, they get it. They understand. They can relate to you. So you start going to these entrepreneurial meetups and you can do cross promotions. People get the newsletter thing. It's really, really great. You don't have to explain internet marketing. So what makes this business so great? It's incredibly stable. It's even more reliable than a 9-to-5 paycheck because you literally get payments every single month from so many different people. You get hundreds and hundreds of payments every month, and the odds of all those people canceling at once are like 1 in a billion. You have a better chance of getting hit by lightning. So you get paid every month ongoing for as long as you want. You could set it up as a 12-month subscription. You could set it up as an evergreen subscription if you want. You can replace a full-time income with this in as little as 2 to 3 months by scaling up. I showed you that with Ricardo there. You work when it's convenient for you, so you see your friends and family more. You don't have to leave your job. You don't have to risk everything. You don't have to sell the farm in order to start this business. And the cool thing about it too is that it's essentially a piece of digital real estate. Lots of people go out there and they'll buy property and they'll spend $200,000 on a house and they'll get $1,000 per month rent from it. I guarantee you that you'll make way, way more than that with this business if you invest even 1/10 of that amount in here. So it's a very flexible, very high leverage business that it's essentially a piece of digital real estate. But there are no clients, there's no chasing money, there's no headaches, there's no problems associated with that traditional business. This requires no specialized knowledge. I've got a newsletter in the parenting space. I don't have children. I'm good at marketing and I'm good at business, so I've just found somebody else who is really great in the parenting space. You can partner with people, you can buy info, you can find info, you can reference info. This requires no complicated tech setup. If you can write in Microsoft Word, basically, if you can send an email, if you can send me an email, then you can do this. I've had people from 18 all the way up to 85 set these businesses up. You get to work with something that interests you, and this works from anywhere in the world, and it will always work. This business, this newsletter business, has been around for, I don't know, probably about 1,200 years. So it's incredibly, incredibly reliable. And my goal in sharing all of this was to teach you guys how to run a passive, reliable online business that grows every single month with the same amount of work. That's really important. That's the whole point of leverage, right? That you can easily build up to $3,000 to $5,000 per month. And that's what most people do with this. That's about the average range. That's so predictable that you can finally leave your job, and that gives you financial freedom and time freedom. Now, I have a question for you guys. It's a rhetorical question. You don't actually have to reply. But my question for you is, what would an extra $3,000 a month mean for you? I've had people write to me before saying that extra money that they made every month allowed them to put their kid into a college of their choosing rather than like the community college around the corner. I've had people tell me that it supplemented their retirement income and allowed them to travel a little bit more. I've had young families message me and say that it kept the wolf from the door and allowed them to actually pay their bills and stay floating. It might not be another $3,000 a month that you need. You might only need $1,000 a month. But what would that do to your life? How would that affect your life? How would that change how you go about your day? Would that get rid of stress? Would it make things easier? Now, more importantly, think about what not having that money is costing you. The stress, the frustration, the fights, worrying if you're going to have enough money to meet the end of the month. I've been there. I know what that's like. It sucks. It's no fun. I was about a few weeks away from being homeless before I discovered this stuff. So I've been there. I've been in your shoes. Now, you have a choice. I can help you with this. I can show you how to do this, but it isn't for everyone. This is a real business, so it actually requires real work. You have to be willing to do homework every week, and you have to be willing to invest a little bit in your business. And I'm not talking about great sums of money. This is a very, very inexpensive business to run, but you're going to need tools. You're going to need to buy a little bit of advertising. And most importantly, you have to believe that you have the ability to do this. You have to trust in yourself and know that you can push through the obstacles and push through the frustrations and that you're dedicated, that this is important to you. So if you're interested in this, here's how I can help. Now, here's our goal in working together through this process. The goal is to get your business built so that you can start making sales now instead of someday. Lots of people say, I want to run an online business. I want to start my business, but they don't have a concrete date on it. This is to set a concrete date so that in 6 weeks from now, you can have your business. It's to pull you out of this whole vicious shiny object trap that I was telling you about at the beginning of the workshop, to keep you focused until you actually achieve your goal, to stop you from running from one thing to the next, and to act as a personal mentor and a coach through the entire process, no matter how long it takes. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of a brief rundown through the markets, or through the weeks here and what we talk about, and then we'll do some Q&A. So week 1, picking your market, we talk about how to find the best subject for your newsletter based on your interests and how much you want to make. We talk about passion markets and problem markets. We talk about your mission statement, your customer desire web, and what this does is it gives you total clarity on who your customer is, the problem you're solving, the benefits they get from signing up, the consequences they have to endure by not signing up. We get a very, very clear picture of who your customer is. And we have people that have said this is literally the best exercise they've ever gone through in any business or marketing program. We teach you how to set up your business for success so you can grow it on 2 hours a week. You get an exhaustive newsletter topic list. Most importantly, we're going to pick a topic together that you can succeed with in this business. Week 2, we cover all the opt-in pages and sales videos. There's step-by-step instructions on how to build a very, very high converting squeeze page that captures leads that can't wait to purchase your products. We talk about how to set all this stuff up with a simple 30-minute video. You follow along, match my mouse click literally every step of the way, and your business will be set up in 30 minutes from the technical side of things. We talk about where to go to get amazing giveaways that cost you less than $5. There's even a Mad Libs copy form, and what this is a high-impact, easy-to-fill-in copy template that even the most inexperienced person who has never written copy before can use to produce incredible pieces of copy that will sell your newsletter. There's also the Simple Connect solution. What this does is it allows you to connect the whole business together in, like I said, 30 minutes. You also get a list of voiceover artists that are going to be able to record all these sales videos for you. Week 3, we create your newsletter. We talk about what types of content to include. We talk about where to get free or inexpensive content, how to write your editor's letter with templates included. We talk about a list of editors that can review your work at a very, very significant discount, as well as how to do this without any websites. That's one of the big things with this business. You don't have to worry about servers or WordPress or any complicated plugins or installations. This is really, really simple to do. Week 4 is my favorite week. And the reason why is because very few people talk about this stuff, but it's so important. This is the funnel diagram week. We get a 10,000, you go over a 10,000 foot view of what you're actually going to be building, and I'll show you the numbers that you need to watch to monitor the heartbeat of your business, to see if it's growing, if it's dying, to figure out, basically predict what your business is going to do in the next coming weeks. You'll learn how to measure every single aspect of your business so that if you know it's not working, then you can fix it. You can listen to the kind of the clinks and the rattles and fix it like a mechanic fixes a car. You'll learn what to split test, how to split test so that your business is always improving, and this gets you 100% ready for getting your advertising, buying your advertising, and going out there and getting your newsletter in front of people. Very, very few people teach this type of stuff because it's not flashy. It's not cool. But this stuff is necessary. You need to learn this because the fate of your business literally depends on it. If you can't track your success, if you don't know if what you're doing is working or not, then you're essentially gambling. What you learn in week 4 is how to determine if what you're doing is working or not, and then how to fix the problems. Week 5, how to buy Facebook advertising. So how to define the perfect market that can't wait to buy your newsletter. How to create ads that get clicked like crazy. How to consistently maintain your traffic so your business always grows. How much to pay for traffic so you don't get burned. The secret to not getting banned on Facebook. How to buy advertising on $20 a day so you don't blow your budget. And then we talk about other traffic sources like social media marketing, retargeting. We talk about partnering up with list owners, that kind of thing. So lots of different traffic sources. Week 6 is ad review and catch up. And what this is for is to make sure that the ads that you ran in week 5 are going to be profitable. So after you run your ads, you come back to me and you say, hey, Adam, what are your thoughts on these? How can I make these better? And we work to make your ads more profitable. We talk about how to massively increase your profit and sell more through your sales funnel by recommending other products and complementary products. Essentially, this is what to do next to grow your business. And this final week here is designed to give you a bit of breathing room while you complete the program. You know, life is bumpy. There are going to be obstacles that get in the way. You might have, a soccer practice that you have to attend, or your kids play, or something like that. So this is designed to give you an extra week just to catch up, to make sure that all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. There's also weekly group Q&A calls, and this is a support group designed to bounce ideas around and help each other. We meet once a week to discuss your newsletter. It keeps everyone accountable, and this is a new group of friends that you're going to be going through this business with, and you're building your newsletters together at the same time. You keep each other accountable, and it becomes a fun, very interactive group with lots of Q&A, and these are small groups. You also get to hang out with the Passive Print alumni, and after running this program for the past 3 years, we have a lot of alumni. So you hang out with the people that are currently running their newsletter businesses profitably, and you can pick their brain, ask them for help, ask them for advice, and ask them for experience, basically how to deal with situations that you're going through right now. And this is an open community that you can share these ideas with everybody in the group. On top of that, of course, there's one-on-one phone coaching. I want to make sure that I'm available to help you. You get 2 30-minute phone coaching sessions. Now, I used to charge $500 an hour for this, but I don't even offer it anymore. Mostly because I love helping my Passive Print people, my masterclass people. I've been teaching this for a long time, so it's gotten to the point where it's a very, very enjoyable, very effective process. So these calls can be used for anything related to your newsletter. These are roadblock buster calls. So if you're having problems with tech setups, if you're having problems with advertising, with copy, if you're just frustrated with something and you want to vent about it or you need help, you can pick up the phone and call me, and I will help you with your problem. I'll help you work through it so that you can get your newsletter up and running ASAP as smoothly as possible. You're the center of attention, and this is a very generous 30 minutes. And then, of course, there's more mentoring on top of that. If you need me anytime at all, send me an email. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's just a quick question, there's no such thing as a bad question. My job is to make this as easy as possible for you to go through. And I have a no man left behind philosophy. I will match every ounce of effort that you put in here. And there are literally people in the program right now that have signed up over a year ago that I'm still working with. So just because the program ends at 6 weeks, it doesn't mean that I stop helping you. It just means that I don't have anything left to teach. Everything beyond that is just action. So we also have the next steps training that's going to talk about how to put other products in your sales funnel, how to structure email promotions for maximum effect, what types of content to include, how to track your promotions through your sales funnel. You're going to get bonus newsletter templates. And like I said, we don't stop at 6 weeks. You and I are going to be working together one-on-one, ongoing, until you're making sales. And just to remind you again, guys, that lots and lots and lots of people have been through this. This is Brandon, who got his newsletter up and running in the it's a jazz lick newsletter. We've got people doing rock history newsletters. We've got people doing yoga newsletters. There's Linda, who got her first newsletter sale. Caleb got, what's Caleb's newsletter on? Yoga for Beginners, and his traffic source with Bing ads, and he got his first newsletter subscription earlier this year. Donna's newsletter is about business tips and business promotions. Ricardo's newsletter is about marketing in a different language, actually. His newsletter isn't even in English. He's making over 10 grand per month with it now, all from this business. We've got DJ Richards, who has a golf newsletter. We've got Alan, who's got his newsletter up and running, and he's got his first sale and 300 opt-ins. We've got Meryl, who's got her newsletter. I believe her newsletter was around parenting for teenage girls ages 11 to 14, I believe it was. So lots and lots of different topics that people are creating these newsletters. And most coaching programs of this caliber with this amount of one-on-one help start in the $5,000 price range. So the total value for this, the Passive Print system plus updates for life, $27. The masterclass is normally $19.97. The 2 30-minute one-on-one roadblock busting sessions, $500. That's what I used to sell my time for, is $500 an hour. You get daily help with this. If you need help, just send me an email. I'll get back to you ASAP. Accountability check-ins almost every day. Weekly one-on-one group calls for 6 weeks. Bonus newsletter templates. the What's Next training programs, which are the affiliate funnel and instant product formula, teaching you how to make even more money from your business, from your sales funnel. All of this, a total value of over $3,378 for only $19.97. But here's the deal. Like I said at the beginning of the call, you can't actually sign up for anything on the call. You can't pay for anything on the call. And there's a very specific reason for that. You have to apply. You have to apply because I can't work with everyone, and I won't work with everyone. I'm only going to work with you if you've got a really good chance of succeeding. So here's how to apply. You can't purchase on the call. You got to apply because I can't work with everyone. There's a $197 fully refundable deposit. What you do is you leave that deposit, and then you and I book a very quick 10-minute phone chat. I just need to make sure that I can help you. I have 4 simple questions to ask you. I'm going to ask you what your newsletter is about. I'm going to ask you how much time you have to work on this, your experience, just to make sure that I can genuinely help you. And if I can help you, I'll gladly invite you into the program. And if I can't help you, then I'll refund your $197 and we go about our merry way and we stay friends. So the $197 deposit is only there to make sure that people show up on the call. Now here's the thing. There is limited space available because there is so much of my one-on-one time with this, because I'm helping you with your advertising. I'm helping you with your copy. I'm helping with you, helping you with your newsletter. I only have 10 spots available for nichehacks.com members. It is first applied and first accepted, and if you do want to apply, make sure that you apply on the call, and you apply at passiveprint.com/apply. Now, why the application? Like I said, I can't help everyone. I need to make sure that I can help you. I've got these pesky things called ethics and morals, and they prevent me from taking your money unless I can genuinely improve your life and help you build this business. And if I can't help you, then I can't accept your money, which is why you can't send me $19.97 on the call right now. It gives you an opportunity to ask me any questions that you might have to clear the air, because obviously this is a big investment. And I have 4 simple questions to ask you to make sure that I can help you and to make sure that you're a good fit for this program. If you're a good fit and you've got a very high chance of success, it's really important to me that my masterclass members succeed with this. I'll gladly invite you into the program. And if it's not a good fit, hey, that's okay. It's not for everybody. That's not, and this is not a sales call, by the way, by no means at all. So when you apply for this, you are applying for the program. You already know that this is something that you're interested in. I can't convince you one way or the other. You have to come into this willingly because you have to know, you have to have the internal motivation to go through this program, to be able to push through it. I'm going to be your guide, but you have to make that decision. And if it's not a good fit, that's okay. I'll refund your $197 immediately while we're still on the call. You and I stay friends, and we've had a friendly 10-minute chat. That's pretty much it. Now, this wouldn't be a webinar, a workshop, if I didn't have fast action bonuses. Right? You got to have fast action bonuses. Always give people a reason to sign up now with your marketing. So if you sign up on the call, you also get a copy of my Marketing Hacks newsletter and lifetime access to this. So what my Marketing Hacks newsletter is a monthly newsletter that goes out that contains about 5 to 6 tips every single month that you can set up in less than 15 minutes. These tips are guaranteed. They've all been tested to dramatically increase your profitability, dramatically reduce your workload, and everyone can be set up in 15 minutes or less. So they're all extremely high leverage marketing techniques. And on top of that, you also get huge discounts on popular software and tools, and it's thousands of dollars per year that you save. With just the first issue, I believe it's $200 or $300 per year that you would save on the discounts on the software that you get just by being a member of the Marketing Hacks newsletter. I've gone out and negotiated these special promotions for you guys. Now, I've got something special just for the people at nichehacks.com, and I actually haven't given this out to anyone before on this webinar. And what I wanted to do was make this as easy as possible, and there is literally no easier way to build this business than to hire someone else to do it for you. Which is why I wanted to give you the my Outsource Mastery training webinar. So what this is going to teach you is how to a 4-step process that will show you how to outsource any task in hours. You can identify the most effective tasks for you to outsource now. You'll find the perfect worker for less than $5 an hour that speaks fluent English, and how to show you how to assign work, keep your employees on task, and make sure that all your stuff gets accomplished on time, and then how to set all this up on autopilot. So how to set up your newsletter and get it all running on autopilot. You can even use your new employee to get people to your opt-in page, to do your marketing for you. Now here's the deal. If you want this bonus, this is a 2-hour workshop with extra forms to fill in, with hiring guides. There's a whole bunch of bonus content that goes along with it. If you want this bonus, you have to register on the call. So you have to register today at passiveprint.com/apply while we're on the call. It's only for applications on the call. So don't wait, apply now. It is first applied, first accepted. There are only 10 spots available. And like I said, that bonus for Outsource Mastery is only on this call, and it's going to show you how to set up this program and outsource all of the work. And here's the nice thing. You don't need to know what your newsletter idea is, as long as you are okay working with me on the call to help figure it out. So what we'll do is we'll hop on the call, we'll do a little bit of brainstorming. You don't need to know what your newsletter is, but you just have to be open to suggestions, and you and I will figure out a great topic together. And you know what? If you can't put down the whole $19.97, I completely understand. That's a lot of money. If you need payment terms, that's fine. We can split the payments up over 60 days with a credit card. So just as a quick recap, you get the Passive Print System, full updates for life for $27. The Masterclass is $19.97. The 30-minute phone sessions are $500 each, along with the accountability check-in partners. You get the 6 weekly one-on-one calls, the bonus newsletter templates, the What's Next training programs, the Marketing Hacks newsletter for life, and then if you register on the call, the Outsource Mastery training webinar, which I did sell at one point for $197. So the real world value behind this is over $5,600. You can get it today for $197. Apply today for $197 at passiveprint.com/apply. And then once you've been accepted into the program, it's $1,800 on acceptance. And yes, I do have payment options available. Now, for those of you that have waited around to the very end to get your webinar info kit, to get the copy of the call, to get the slides, to get the simple selection PDF printout, to get the checklist, to basically this whole system so that you could follow along with this webinar on your own time and set this up. You can get all that at passiveprint.com/niche hacks. passiveprint.com/niche hacks. All right, so I'm going to type that into the chat, and we're going to open up to do a little bit of Q&A here. All right. So let me just go and type those in quickly, both those links, so that you guys can go and get them right away. If it's going to let me type the message in here. All right. Okay, well, it's not letting me type the message in, unfortunately, but head on over to passiveprint.com/niche hacks, as in nichehacks.com, to get your webinar info kit. And if you're interested in applying for the program and you'd like to chat, head on over to passiveprint.com/apply. And now time to do a little bit of Q&A. Now, also, to let you know, those 10 spots there's only 10 spots available. There's no way of me knowing how many people have signed up for that. So if this is something that you're interested in, do not wait around. Sign up on the call, because it is first come, first serve. And unfortunately, there's only one of me. There are only so many hours in a day. So I can only accept 10 people, because it's not right of me to accept more people than I can actually help. So if you're interested in this, if you want to make 2015 the year that you actually leave your job, get a business up and running, go ahead, book the call. Even if you're not 100% sure, book the call. Ask me any questions that you might have, and we'll figure that out on the call. All right, so passiveprint.com/apply, and let me take a look at some of these questions here. We got tons of questions flying in. All right, well, let me just take a drink of water first. Martin saying, if one does not need a website, then how online? Well, there's a difference between a website and a web page. You need a web page. A web page is a single page that you have online. A website is a bunch of pages that you would host on a server. And typically a website, you would need to go and hire a hosting provider, and you would need to go and register a domain name, and you would need to go and figure out how to install WordPress, and then find the plugins in order to make your site look nice. And it's a very long, complicated ordeal that puts a lot of barriers in between you actually making money. So we remove all of those barriers, and we go with just a really simple, plain page. Kate's saying, how do we find people who will pay for these newsletters? It's actually pretty easy. There's a few different ways. You can advertise on Facebook. One of my favorite ways is reaching out to other figureheads in the market. So if you've got a yoga newsletter, go and find people who have yoga blogs or who have yoga fan pages and say, hey, you know, I've got this yoga newsletter I'm starting. I'd love to feature your blog in it. Do you mind if I have an article, or do you mind if I reference an article of yours? And of course, they're going to say yes, because it puffs up their ego, makes them look good. And in turn, more often than not, they're going to recommend your newsletter to their subscribers because it's in their best interest. They're featured in it. And you just go around and you make partners like that, and you chat with people, and you can get a lot of free traffic doing that. Now, if that's not your thing, then you can also pay for traffic from Facebook or Bing or wherever it is that you want to pay for traffic from. You can also go out to, if you have a a yoga newsletter or a fitness newsletter or a daycare newsletter or whatever it might be, go to these places in your town, and you can actually put opt-in sign-up sheets places. So there's lots and lots of different ways. This is a real business, so people understand the whole lead generation process that you need to get people to sign up. Let's see. Wim saying, do you need to make this newsletter mobile friendly? That's the nice thing about doing it with a PDF. By saving it as a PDF, it's automatically mobile friendly. Just one less thing that you don't have to worry about. Wim saying, can I use curated content instead of coming up with my own content all the time? Absolutely. And in fact, I encourage people to do that, because the less time that you spend on creating content and the more time that you spend on actually going out and getting subscribers, the more money that you're going to make. So spend as little time as you can creating content. Now keep this in mind. Keep in mind that you want your content to be highly valuable, and you want it to genuinely improve someone's life. So have your content have action steps that they can take after that. But yes, by all means, go out and curate the content. Dustin's saying, when you say partner with experts, do you mean just giving them a portion of the profits each month? Absolutely, yep. So like the person that I partnered with, I've split the profits 50-50. I do the marketing, they provide the content. Bob's saying, how long does it usually take for someone to build up a $3,000 to $5,000 per month of $5 newsletter subscription? It depends on how good of a copywriter you are, what kind of traffic you're getting, where your market is, the offer that you're making. There are far too many variables to be able to answer that question. But we've had people do it in as little as a month, a month and a half within that area. Now, if you are looking to do it within a month or so to get to that range, you're going to need to either hustle a whole lot and get in front of a lot of people, make lots of friends in different markets, or in your market anyway, or you're going to need to spend a pretty penny on advertising. Okay. Kate's saying, how do we synchronize the newsletter sending? Example, will a new subscriber get the same newsletter as a current subscriber, or a newsletter gets subscriber issue number 1, or gets newsletter number 1, and current subscribers say at number 5 on the 5th week? Yep, you're absolutely right. So everybody starts out with issue number 1, and then a month later they get issue number 2. A month after that they get issue 3. The reason why we do that is because it makes it so that you don't need to go back and update content later on. You don't need to worry about going back to issue number 1, which is why it's so important that all this information is evergreen and doesn't change over time. Let's see. Hi, Adam. So the customers will find your newsletter primarily from Facebook ads? Not necessarily just from Facebook ads. It depends on however you choose to advertise it. Not all advertisements are created equal. And that's one of the really nice things about this program is that some people have their newsletters on Facebook and they're advertising them and they're paying 10 cents a click. We've got other people that have tried to advertise and they're paying $3 a click. Obviously, that's not a viable advertising medium for that business model. It's a good example of that is if you're creating a business-to-business newsletter. Very expensive to advertise in that market on Facebook. There are other alternatives out there. So it all depends on the newsletter topic that you've chosen and how popular that market is. Okay, so like I said, guys, I don't know how many people have signed up for this. We had a pretty full call today, so head on over to PassivePrint.com/apply. There were over 700 people that signed up for the call today, and I'm only accepting 10. I had to laugh earlier. I was wondering what the acceptance rate into Harvard University was at some of the more prestigious universities. 700 people signing up for the workshop. I'm only taking 10 people. That's a little over 1%. Harvard accepts 5.9% of the people that apply. So this has a lower acceptance rate than Harvard. It just made me laugh when I was thinking about that earlier. So I don't know how many people have applied for this, but it is the first 10 people that get accepted into the program, and that's because I've got ethics. I'm not going to be able to take 20 people into the program and help 20 people because there's just not enough time. So it is first come, first serve, and in order to get that bonus, in order to get the outsourcing bonus, to learn how to take this and outsource the whole thing so you're not stuck doing it, you have to register on the call while we're here, while I'm chatting with you right now. And that's at PassivePrint.com/apply. Velen saying, how much do we need to invest in order to get $3,000 to $5,000 passive income? Again, it entirely depends on the market. We've had people that have done it with paying 10 cents a click, and some people have paid $2, $3 a click. So it depends entirely on your market. It depends entirely on the copy in your ads. But the whole point of this is that you and I work together in order to get that to an acceptable rate where you're actually making money with your advertising. That's the end goal. That's you and I work together until that happens. Can you send us a sample newsletter? Yeah, absolutely, Bob. Just send me an email afterwards, and I'll send you a sample email. That's not a problem. I'll send you a sample newsletter. I'll send you the first issue of my my Marketing Hacks newsletter. But guys, if you have any questions, now is the time to ask them. We're going to be wrapping up the call sometime in the next 15 minutes or so. I like to keep things punctual. So make sure if this is something you're interested in, head on over to PassivePrint.com/apply while we're on the call, because I want to give you that outsource mastery training. That is going to make a huge difference in the amount of work that you have to do, especially when it comes time to getting traffic. Because what you can do is teach these people how to go get traffic for you, and that way you're not stuck at your desk all day long generating traffic the hard way, the manual labor way. Bob's my email address is adam@adamnolan.com. I'll just reply to you here there in the chat, and you can send me a message. Kate's saying, do we get a copy of today's recording? Assuming everything was recorded properly, which it looks like it has been, then yes. So what I'm going to be doing is rendering out the recording and sending that out sometime in the next few hours or so. Shelly's saying, what do I use to deliver the newsletters? There are a few different options. Pretty much any autoresponder will work. So whether you're using Aweber or GetResponse or ActiveCampaign or MailChimp, that doesn't matter. I use a tool called Gumroad, and that's what I use to process my payments. And they actually send out the newsletter for you. It's pretty much designed for newsletter businesses. I recommend you check it out, gumroad.com. Very, very silly name, awesome product. But that'll automatically send your newsletters out for free every month as well. Dustin's saying, I'm liking the idea for the curated content, but I'm having trouble figuring out how to make that valuable. Absolutely. So what you would do is perfect example. We have people doing a newsletter on kettlebells. And kettlebells is basically, it's a workout routine using a weight that looks like a cannonball with a handle attached to it. And there are lots of free videos online and training videos online that are of individual moves. So like a kettlebell swing or squats or whatever it might be, the exercise with these kettlebells. And they're fragmented all over the place. So what this person did is they went and they found all these videos and they put together a specific workout routine for, I believe it was women aged 35 to 50. And it was supposed to be a very fast at-home workout that you could do part-time while your kids are, out at soccer practice. And he put together these routines and sent them out every month using curated content. And the people found it incredibly valuable because they didn't have to go and put together these workout routines themselves. So they had a certified trainer that was able to do this for them. They didn't have to go to the gym. They didn't have to pay someone. And that's where the value in that newsletter came in. In my newsletter, with my basic parent newsletter, all the information in my newsletter is freely available online 100 times over. But parents, when they first get their baby home from the hospital, don't have time to spend hours online surfing and trying to find out the most credible, the most trustworthy, up-to-date information. So what I do is I provide it to them every single month in a convenient email that they can digest while they're during their commute to work or while they're on their lunch break. So it's a combination of convenience plus life-changing information combined that make the newsletters really valuable. So hopefully that answers the question. Shelly's asking me for, thanks Dustin. Shelly's asking me for the name of that website again. That's silly name. It's gumroad.com. Gum isn't chewing gum, and road is in the thing you drive your car on. Gumroad.com. I have no clue who thought that name up. It's pretty terrible, but the service is awesome. It's free to sign up. It's what's going to allow you to accept credit card payments from anyone all around the world. It pays you directly to your PayPal account, and it's what I'm using to set up these businesses with people. It's my preferred way of setting them up. And that integrates with my preferred autoresponder, which is ActiveCampaign. And we can gladly chat about this stuff on the phone too if you wanted to talk about this. So if you are interested in signing up, head on over to PassivePrint.com/apply, hop on the phone, Let me know if you have questions. And it's okay if you're not 100% decided. It's okay if you have questions. You're not committing 100% to this. So if you get on the phone and you just say, maybe I changed my mind. I don't want to do this. That's okay. Just let me know. I'll send you your 197 back and we stay friends. And we chatted on the phone for 10 minutes. Maybe I gave you an idea or two, right? Hopefully you could tell from the presentation, I'm not a pushy sales guy. I'm in the very fortunate position of being able to pick and choose who I get to work with for these businesses. And the nice thing about that is that everybody in the program, everybody in the alumni, everyone going through these are really friendly, happy, inviting, excited people who are motivated to go through this with you. So we don't have any Debbie Downers in the course. And I'm not going to push you into the program if it's not for you. This really is just to make sure that I can actually help you to clear up any questions that you have for me. So passiveprint.com/apply and let's chat. Kate's saying, will the Q&A be included in the recording? I couldn't hear some parts of it. Absolutely. Yes, it will. Dustin's saying that's incredibly useful advice. Thank you. I'm thinking of pulling some public domain content together, perhaps. Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because the free opt-in gift that I'm giving away from my newsletter, from my basic parent newsletter, is information from the Canadian Red Cross that I got from their website. I repurposed. Like I researched the information and put together. I didn't put it together. I don't have any artistic design ability to save my life. My designer put it together, and he made this really nice giveaway, this PDF that we could give away. But it was just information that we found on the Canadian Red Cross website. So yeah, you by all means go ahead and find public domain information. Patrick's asking, what landing page servers do I use? I'm in a transition period right now. Up until about a week and a half ago, I was using Lead Pages, and they're really great. I had no problems with them. They're still really great. I still like them. But I recently started using, Instapages, and I've been very, very, very impressed with them. Very easy to use, connects together with my favorite autoresponder, ActiveCampaign. And customer support is great. They respond right away. It's super simple to use. It's very, very powerful. It's the type of tool that you can grow with. Yeah, nothing but 2 thumbs up for both of them, really. Sashin, I hope I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I didn't. Is asking, do you get someone to write your content, or do you find free information and put it in your own words? I've done both. There are some tests that I've found online that I've validated for my Marketing Hacks newsletter. I've rerun the tests and I put that in the newsletter. I've also hired people to create content. I've done pretty much all of them. I've partnered with content. I've paid for content. I've hired content out. Yeah, and they all have the same end result. It just depends on the type of information that you're looking for and the resources you have available to you. Jubaid is saying, I'm still a little skeptic about this. Well, let me know what I can do to help wash away your skepticism. Like, thousands of people have gone through this and have already built these businesses up. It's very, very, very proven business model. It's probably been around. It's one of the longest running online programs in this space right now. I can't think of too many more programs that have been consecutively taught for the past 6 months, or not 6 months, sorry, not I just had something pop up there. 3 years. The only other one I could think of is OMG, which is Amazon Money Machines or something like that. That's been around for about that long. Not too many programs are around for this long. So yeah, it's been proven again and again and again by thousands and thousands of people. So if there's any specific questions that I can answer, by all means, let me know. Yeah, Carrie is saying my sound is dropping in and out, so apologies. My sound is dropping in and out here too, unfortunately. Carrie is saying, will this training work with someone who is in Australia? The group calls and the group phone sessions. We do actually have people that are in Australia right now. What I normally do for the Q&A calls is I'll ask people at the beginning of the week, I'll ask everyone on the program, how's everyone doing this week? What are you guys focusing on? Is there anything in particular you're stuck with? And then I'll give a few different call option times. So, it'll be Saturday at 2 p.m. or, maybe Friday at 8 p.m. It'll vary depending on the week. And then I send that out, and then everyone votes on that, and whatever the most popular call time is, that's the one that we do. Now, that being said, I also do take special requests. So if you really want to attend a call and you can't make it, or there's some, you absolutely have to talk with me,
Send me an email. I'm pretty reasonable. Say, hey, Adam, I really, really want to attend this call. Could you please make it on, Friday at 11 a.m.? More often than not, I can help you out. Jubaid is saying, have you offered this course to anyone else? Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. There are over 100 people that have gone through this specific masterclass, exactly what I'm sharing with you. This masterclass has been up and running for about 2 years now. It's been around for a long time. The business itself, the passive print business model, has been around for about 3.5 years. No problem, Carrie. Jubaid is saying, what were the percentage of success of guys that you had in the previous years? It depends on whether they complete the program or not. The people who complete the program, who follow through to the end, who actually put in the effort. See, the thing is that a lot of people think I'm going to start an online business and I'm going to create my website and create my web page and then it's going to be done and I'm going to start making money right away. And that's not how it works. That's not the real world. You need to continue working at it. So there's a good chance when your newsletter first starts up that you're not going to make sales. And that's just the way it is. That's the way it is for me. That's the way it is for anybody starting an online business. The way to succeed with this is to keep working at it and keep testing and tracking things all on the way to success. So you'll notice that version A works better than version B, where you keep working at version A. So for the people that follow the program, the 6 weeks, and continue with this and continue working at it and testing and keep in touch with me, the success rate's very, very high. However, you have to keep at it. And like I said, this is not an overnight success. This is not a get-rich-quick business. This can take you, especially if you're not investing a lot in advertising, it can take you a few months before you get significant traction. Now, if you are investing in advertising and you do reach out to lots of people, you can make big money pretty fast. But that is the exception rather than the rule. So it's a slow business to start, but it is incredibly stable and it will pay you forever. So hopefully that answers your question a little bit more. Do we have any more questions coming in, or we're good to wrap up for the night? I'm not saying too many more, but if you guys do have any, now is the time to type them in. If you're sitting on the fence, go ahead and register at passiveprint.com/apply. Make sure that you get in there while you're on the call, while we're on here right now, so that you get that Outsource Mastery training webinar as an added bonus, just to make this even easier for you. Now, you don't have to be 100% committed to this right now. If you have questions you want to ask me, that's okay. That's what I'm here for. Put your $197 deposit down, book your call, we'll chat on the phone for 10 minutes. If it's a great fit, I'll gladly accept you into the program and we'll start working together next week. If it's not a good fit, I'll send you your $197 back. I'll maybe give you a few good ideas, and then we part friends. So there's literally no downside to this. And in 6 weeks from now, your business will be up and running, and you can start making sales right away. So if you're tired of inconsistent income, if you're frustrated with your online business not working the way it should, if you need help, let me know. I've helped thousands and thousands of people do this. So head on over to passiveprint.com/apply. This is one of the most stable online businesses. It's been around pretty much longer than anything else that's out there. It's been proven again and again and again. So I'd love to help you with your business. I'd love to help you get your newsletter up and running. Head on over to passiveprint.com/apply and let's chat. Patrick saying, can we get these slides? Absolutely. And to get your slides, go to passiveprint.com/niche hacks. Jubaid saying, so if I purchase the service right now, may I be able to talk to you soon? Yeah, actually, unless all the call times are already booked for tomorrow, you and I could chat tomorrow morning. And then you find out right away whether it's a good fit for you or not. That's not a problem. Yeah. So if you leave your 109, and then if I don't have any room available tomorrow because all the spots are booked, then I have all next week open as well. So there's a good chance that if you can't book tomorrow, then you'll be able to chat with me either Monday or Tuesday. Most likely Tuesday at the latest, because I usually talk to between 4 to 6 people a day. I'm only accepting 10 people into the program, and usually when people apply, it's 7 out of 10 people I'll accept into the program because it's a good fit. And the other 3 out of 10, I just can't help because maybe the newsletter topic isn't the best, or maybe, for whatever reason, time commitments or experience level. And you don't have to have a lot of experience, but I want to make sure that I can actually help you. If I can't help you, I'm not going to let you join the program. And that's as simple as it is. And we need to chat in order to figure that out first. So head on over to passiveprint.com/apply and let's chat. And if you did want to get a copy of the slides, get a copy of this call, you can get that at passiveprint.com/niche hacks. And I'm going to send out an email to everybody that registered on this call. I'm going to send this this replay out as well, so you'll have links from that too. So passiveprint.com/apply, $197 today. Hop on the phone with me. If I can help you, I'll gladly welcome you into the program. If I can't help you, I send your money back. We stay friends. And that's that. It's as simple as it is. So that's pretty much it. Patrick's saying, we got one last question from Patrick here. How do you coordinate sending out the PDFs to each person that signs up? They automatically get sent out when a purchase is made, and then every time the next purchase is made, the next issue is sent out. So all the software handles that. Very, very simple to set up. It takes less than 5 minutes to set that up, so that's not hard at all. You know, it's really been wonderful teaching this over the past 3 years and seeing the evolution of the tools that have been available. This business model, the business model itself, the newsletter business hasn't changed, but it's been made so much easier over the past 3 years with different tools that have become available, different ways of connecting things. It's gotten to the point where there's a setup video in this program that walks you through the entire technical setup in 30 minutes. Not an exaggeration. I believe it's 31 minutes and 15 seconds or something like that. And that's not sped up. That's click here, click here, click here, click here, all the way through. The technical setup for this stuff is not hard. The thing that people struggle with the most is writing the copy and the advertising. And that's what I'm here for, is to make sure that your copy is perfect. Because like I was saying, your odds are your newsletter isn't going to sell 1 million copies right out of the gate. You and I are going to need to work together on that copy. We're going to need to bounce it back and forth. We're going to need to make revisions. But that's the whole point of this. We don't stop working together until you start making sales. Because for some people, that could be 2 months. For other people, it could be a year. Like I said, I've got people that signed up for this over a year ago that I'm still helping. In fact, I've got a call coming up on Monday with somebody that signed up over a year ago, and he's doing his newsletter in addictions recovery, in the Christian addictions recovery. So basically, addictions recovery for Christians. We've got tons and tons of different topics from every walk of life, people from every continent around the world, with the exception of Antarctica, I believe. No one from there yet. We've got people doing these in dozens of different languages. The business works. Let me help you with it. Head on over to passiveprint.com/apply. I'd love to chat with you. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. We don't seem to have any more questions coming in, so I'm going to wrap up the call. And if I didn't get to your question, send me an email. I'm going to send the replay out to everyone sometime in the next few hours. If I didn't get to your question, just reply to that email. I'll gladly help you out. But if this is something that you're serious about, if you want to make 2015 the year you leave your job, if you want to outsource all of this so it's as little work as possible, sign up right now at passiveprint.com/apply, and I'm really looking forward to chatting with you. All right, guys, that's it from me. Have a fantastic night. Ciao.